Well, people. Here we are. We're at a gamer's standoff. Black Ops 7, of course. Standoff. I like this map. I got this with Moist and Toxic the other night. I was just playing for fun, doing daily challenges as always. As you can see, I'm doing the typical bunny hop thing here. Whoop-de-doo-da-dee. This turned out to be a pretty good sweaty game. I can't remember how well I did, but you're probably wondering what the title's about, Ybot, and what are you going on about? Well, Australia, we have our first infamous cheater. We have a cheater. That's what the title says. We have a cheater. You're probably wondering, what are you going on about, Ybot? Well, isn't it funny that the other week I did a video on not understanding why people reverse boost, use VPNs, or cheat Cronuses, to play video games. And of course I did the obvious for, the money, the clicks, the fame. They get money on YouTube revenue or whatever. But let me tell you about a story. Now, last year, the game's been out for about a month and a half, 2 months, and I was working 9 to 5. Yes, it was a hard time in my life, I won't lie. Well, actually, first world problems. I didn't like the 9 to 5, but what I used to do is get up early in the morning, and before I go to work, got to play a bit of Black Ops 7 to get me in the mood, to get me waked up, because normally I start work at 6:30. I've now had to change to 9, so you're bored about that. But anyway, I started playing some Black Ops 7 in the morning. And, I was finding games. Couldn't do that with Black Ops 6, but I was finding games with Black Ops 7 and I was enjoying it. Came across a individual that was a Twitch streamer that had in their clan tag, TTTTV or YouTube, and the name was Misscolourz. Now, Misscolourz was close to almost 300, level 300, and she had close to 95 kills in the game. At the end of the game, I think she had over 100. Didn't do a nuke. And I was like, all right, I'm going to check out this person on YouTube or whatever. And I went to Twitter. So I went to a Twitch, and it led me to a YouTube channel. Now, this is the interesting part, because I thought, well, you can't call her a cheated Ybot because she's a better player than you, and she got close to this many kills. So I went for the mindset here. You know what? She's just better than you, move on. But I looked at her videos, and it said pretty much #1 mouse and keyboard player. And she's put in thousands of hours of aim training. Now, I didn't know this, but there is a community in the gaming world that uses mouse and keyboard, and they're called aiming. Now, they're the aiming community. They're ones that are on point. And some of these players are bloody good, and she's way up there. She was well within the aiming community. And I watched a couple of videos and went, yeah, it still seems to be sus. Still seems to be sus. I left it, didn't think anything of it. She owned me, moved on, didn't care. Watched some of her content. She was quite confident and a little bit cocky, I think I played one game. She has great reaction videos, which are always good, but I think I played one game with one guy that raged against her, and I played with him as well. He had anger issues. So I completely forgot it. Till about early on this week, somebody's talking about somebody cheating, and I didn't think anything of it until I heard some of the video playing in the background when I'm mucking around with all sorts of stuff in my bedroom and saw this YouTube video, and this guy's talking about these Twitter clips and how they got busted. I heard an Aussie accent. And it's a typical Aussie accent. It was one of her, believe it or not, Twitter or X clips, and it's a guy going, "Oh, fuck off!" And it was an Aussie. You can't fake that Aussie accent, man. It just says "fuck you." He was swearing. He was pissed off. Probably me. Anyway, basically, she cheated. There's no doubt about it. She admitted it on X. She's privated or protected her, Twitter page, but she's basically apologized for cheating and so forth and whatnot. But the whole thing is, she was so cocky. And then she said people think she's only done it for Black Ops 7. You start to look at other games, finals, early CODs. I think she's been cheating for a while. Now, it's gotten so big that, believe it or not, the Rick was reacting to this video, and he wasn't surprised. He brought out a couple things. I'm going to point out a couple things to people as well. We need to be a little bit more switched on about when it comes to these content creators, much bigger ones as well. But let me just call out the facts, right? So he looked at it. And the first thing he noticed was, well, she's level 600. He said that's the first giveaway, unless she plays lots of zombies, which he's never seen any of that on her channel. Shout out to zombie players, by the way. They do rank up. They do grind it. They just grind the games and camos. I've been accused as a zombie player because I'm close to almost 200, level 200 myself. But you know what? With shots like that, you can definitely tell I'm not effing cheating. I've always said that. But anyway, so she's cheated. She's come out and said that. And the Rick, who likes to call out cheaters and said the state of Call of Duty is not the best. And it's made a bit of a big story because it was a script and a keyboard. And the thing is, it's come out at the worst time because, believe it or not, Ranked is coming out later this weekend, well, in Season 2, and we're seeing stuff like this. And people like the Rick and other people say they're not going to get rid of the anti-cheat, it's going to make it worse, it's going to be shit. And they see stuff like that, and they're like, they can't even get this fixed. And it's it's just bad for the game. It's bad for the industry. And what is even worse by her actions, what she's done. By the way, let's not go down to the fact that it's a female. Let's not do that. She didn't post booty shots or boob shots or use a webcam even. So yeah, kudos to her for that. She did the hard grind one way or another, if you know what I mean. But you know, she could have gone down that route, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She gone down that path. We'll say path. But this is the thing, right? The worst thing is she's gotten well with that community, and now she's got them all, you know, in the limelight as well. People don't trust them. She went out and supported, believe it or not, I don't forget the name of the person. It was the VTuber that was playing Battlefield 6. Same thing, cheating. That person was cheating, and she was defending them on X. So it's all coming out. People going back for the videos. There is a bit of a lynch mob. I don't see any reason why. She's not getting sponsored. And, you know, she probably made money off YouTube here and there. And she had got a lot of subscribers on a YouTube channel. She's still got over 8,000 people on YouTube. She still has a YouTube channel up. So there you go. You can watch it and make up your own decision. But the biggest disappointment is there'll be different friends of hers that she's let down for this selfish act. It's not good for the gaming scene here in Australia. And I'll never get to that level. I'll never get over 1,000 subscribers. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy doing YouTube videos, but I'm not up to that caliber. I don't put enough effort into it. It's pretty, you know, like I say, judge me by my thumbnails, peeps. Judge me by my thumbnails. But I'm just going to, yeah, it's disappointing because this individual, she had a great opportunity. You know, I never had the ability of techno or internet that we do now when I was younger. God, I wish I did, because I would have put way more effort into this than I did other things. Trust me, I would have, because I get way more enjoyment out of it. Anyway, she did what she did, and it's pretty bad. But I just want to point out to you, people, this is what I want to point out to you, and before you start going, labeling that they're cheating, whatever, if they're as good as it says in their stats, one, why aren't they sponsored? And two, how many followers they have on their social media if they do have a social media account? 3, look at their rank. I mean, seriously, if they're close to level 1,000 already, I'd question that. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen people like Scumpy. Look how long it took FaZe Swag, who does this every day for a job, to get to that level. You know, he could be cheating as well, but I'm just saying, look at that. And then look at these people. The game has not even been out 4 or 5 months. They're at level 1,000. Okay, I've only seen a couple. Haven't seen them again since, probably because they're better players than me, and we don't play against them again. So I've never played against Misscolourz again since then anyway. But this is what I'm trying to say. And if you want to know, her aim's really good and so forth, get off your butts and watch professional Call of Duty players on LAN or online. Okay? I don't want to hear the debate about controller or keyboard or whatever. These are professional players that compete. Look how good their aim is. Look at the mistakes they make. Look how fit some of these bastards are. Look how demented in the head they are. And then compare that person you're seeing online to what you're seeing in a LAN event, under the pressure, with the crowds, and how good of shots they are. Trust me, if you start doing that, it'll open your mind up a bit more. Also, how many people that get nukes all the time and stuff like that, and haven't got really good a reasonable explanation? They're doing it by themselves or solo. But somebody like Scumpy hardly ever gets one. Sam Octane does, but they're professional players. Okay? And they're playing with people which are semi-pros as well. So I just, you know, it's disappointing, because we have an Australian player in the Call of Duty scene who played for Optic Pred. And he's from Sydney and Ormond as well. And he's not playing for Optic anymore. He's playing for the Red Falcons. But he is a world champion in the CDL. He is. He earned that ring. Now, he doesn't get the kudos that he deserves. There's a bit of a weird thing why it's dropped by Optic, whatever, no proof, whatever, not cheating or anything like that. But I'm just letting you know, people, he's an effing good shot. And I don't see him doing the shots that she's doing when you look at Misscolourz. So Australia, we have our first cheater. And I don't know, I mean, you could say famous to like cheating in the COD scene. I'm sick of it. I wish the developers would make it a lot better. I really do. Look at this. This is just amateurish from me, and I get knife. Look at this. Look, people, you can, like I said, you can tell I'm not a cheater. It's obvious. I'm batshit. Anyway, you'll see in a minute what happens when I'm camping up here. Yes, I'm camping. I'm camping, people. I'm camping. Judge me. You know, I'm camping and doing well. Well, I was doing well, but it sucks. So I like to see Australian content players do well. Australian content creators do well. We've got so many great content creators in this country, male and female, that just don't get the limelight, and stuff like this, it sets us back. It hurts the Australian community a bit, you know? These people work hard to get their reputations and so forth. And somebody come out here like, oh, she's just cheating and so forth. Yeah, okay, she's just cheating, but she lied to a lot of people. And it's shit. She probably could have got to semi at that level if she just kept on grinding. But now she's ruined her reputation and she's taken a few of her friends with her. And that's the most hurtful thing. And look, don't cheat, peeps. I put a comment on one of these videos that said, yeah, I played against her once, by the way. Thought it was a bit sus. Now she's cheating. It ruins people's game time. People like me and a lot of other people just want to come and play a game and unwind from the world. And when you got people in there cheating and shitting all over you and then gloating about it and even uploading it on YouTube, knowing full well that they're cheating, that is shit. It's a shit thing. It's a shit character. Get a grip. How can you face yourself in life? You had a golden opportunity and you fucked it up. And yeah, it's a bit harsh for me to say that, but I will say because you're cheating. You ruin it for a lot of people. And fuck you for doing that. Anyway, she might bounce back, brag and tag, tell what you think of the video. Some harsh words at the back in the end there, but I'm sick of the cheating. Haven't been that much I've noticed, but since she did that, yeah, it's not good. So frag attack, people. Stay positive. Be good to those that own you. I'll catch you mofos on the next video. Take care.